Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am in my dorm today. You might notice the different background. I apologize for any like background noise, any cars, any doors, any like talking. It's the life that I'm living. I still wanted to film a video for you guys today. I'm gonna be talking about some crochet projects, but not just any crochet projects, Valentine's Day inspired crochet projects. This is probably my favorite category of crochet things. I just think it's so cute and you can make like decorations, clothes, gifts. We're gonna be getting to all of it today. I've split up today's video in like 3 main categories. So we have beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So if you're someone who's new to crocheting, you're not really sure what to make, but you know you wanna get into it, then I have some projects for you. And then the people who have crocheted a couple of things are kind of getting to the groove of it, then I have some stuff for you as well. And then the people who have been crocheting for years and years, they know the ins and outs, they know the tricks, they know the stitches. I have that for you as well. Before we get into today's video, I wanna shout out my nails. Here are my nails, you guys. I did them a couple days ago, I think. I am in love with these. Make sure to check out my Instagram because I also posted kind of like my process. Anyways, let's get into this video. I don't want to yap too much, so let's go. So like I said in the intro, I have like 3 categories and we're gonna start with the beginner category. So first I have these like paper clips, but they're little hearts. I think these are so cute. This is definitely a good gift for somebody if they like to read or like keep things in order. And also this project doesn't take that much yarn too, so if you're getting into crochet and you're not really sure if you like it or you don't want to like spend too much money on it, this is definitely for you too. Now here in the picture I'm showing, it has red yarn that they use for the project, but you can also use white yarn, pink yarn, like any color you want. There are millions and millions of videos here on YouTube showing you how to make these little hearts. I'm assuming they're using some sort of like fabric glue, or you can use like E6000 or hot glue. Next up we have these little candle sleeves. I think that's what they're called. I'm just gonna call them that because that's the first thing that came to mind. These might look difficult, but I promise you it's literally you just crochet straight up, and then I'm assuming you take like a single piece of yarn and you weave it through and tie a bow, and that's it. I know me personally, my mom loves candles, so this would definitely be a really cute gift for her. But this could also just be something that you crochet yourself and have like a cute little decoration around your apartment, dorm. Again, colors, you can do whatever you want. You could do the pink and white in the picture, you can do red and white, you can do pink and red. It's really up to you. And I wonder if you could experiment with like thickness of yarn with this project too, because I feel like a chunkier yarn would look really cute. This is a side note, this like has nothing to do with this craft, but I went to a place in Atlanta, I think. You can make your own candles, like you choose your scent. They had a giant wall of like scents, and then you got your wax, and then you put all of your scents in and you mixed it and you made the candle. What I'm thinking is, listen, follow me. I'm thinking you could make somebody like a custom candle, maybe a scent that they love, that they cherish, maybe it reminds them of something, and then you could crochet this and put it on top. Next up we have a scarf, which I love making scarves. They're so easy, you guys. You just crochet a tube, like not a tube, a rectangle. Y'all, it's been a while since I've been in geometry. I don't know what I'm talking about clearly. Just like crochet like a rectangle, like all the way down, whatever length that you want. And what's fun about them is you can customize them however you want. You could do checkered, you could do stripes, you could do like a scrap yarn type of look, which I love. But for this specific design, it's just a plain red scarf. And then we have some cute little white bows at the bottom. We all know, depending on where you live, but at least where I live, it is freezing until like end of March. So I'm still in the tundra right now. It's still February, so it's still cold, which means that this would be a valid gift for Valentine's Day in my opinion. Again, this is also something you can make for yourself. I definitely will be making this. Yeah, and you can experiment with like the length too. If you're someone who likes to like tie around their scarves in cute ways, then I would make the scarf a little bit longer. But if you're someone who just throws the scarf over the shoulder, walks out the door, then you probably don't have to crochet it as long. Okay, next we have this heart pillowcase. I feel like this one looks a little bit intimidating, but I promise you it's not that bad. From the looks of it, you have to make a front panel, back panel, crochet them together. And for crochet pillows, I know you have 2 options. You could either make the panels and then stuff it with either scrap yarn, or like you can get like the, what is it called? The fluffy like filling from Michael's. They have like giant bags of it. Or you could find a pillow that's already like in a heart shape and you can just crochet like around the pillow. Either way, both would work just fine. I also think that this is kind of a year-round decoration. It doesn't have to be out for Valentine's Day. Next up, we have a blanket. This blanket involves like chunkier, fuzzier yarn, which in my opinion is easier to work with. Back a couple years ago, I crocheted my aunt a blanket for her baby. This is kind of the method that I use, like the yarn that I used. My fridge just decided to make noise, so if you hear that, I apologize. Anyways, with this yarn, I feel like it's the simplest because you don't need a crochet hook. You can literally just use your hands. This would definitely be really cute for like your bed or your couch, like a throw blanket, which I do want to get into. I want to start making like cute throw blankets for each season for my dorm. Moving on to the intermediate category, we're going to be getting into some more accessories. So let's get into it. First up, we have this bag, and I really thought this design was kind of interesting because we have the colors getting from lighter to darker, and then we have the stitches that are tighter and some of them are looser. I love crochet bags for gifts because you can literally use the bag to put the other gifts in, if that makes sense. I will say a lot of the projects that are in intermediate are in intermediate because they're just time consuming. I've made multiple bags in the past and they're all super easy to make, but they take forever. Maybe I'm just slow at crocheting, but they take a really long time, and especially if you're going to be doing like color switches, it's going to take a while. Following on theme with the bags, I have this heart bag. I've always been obsessed with heart bags. I don't know what it is, but crochet heart bags are so cute to me. This to me is another item that's like very all year round kind of thing, because I would take this to Barnes & Noble and use it for my books any day. Another thing that I like about like granny square bags is you can customize how tall or how wide you want them depending on how many squares you do. Now this bag is kind of like the classic heart bag that everybody knows. When you think of a crochet heart bag, I feel like you think of this one. But yeah, I definitely encourage you guys to make this. It's really not that difficult, but it is kind of repetitive and time consuming, like I said before. So if you're someone that doesn't really have a lot of patience, maybe this would be like a project over the course of a couple of months for you, and that's okay. Okay, next we're going to talk about some blankets. This one is kind of like a checkered pattern. We have the light pink and the dark pink. So basically you would do the same thing for this blanket that you did for the bag, but just like times 10. These are very customizable because if you're feeling lazy and you want to make like a cute little throw blanket, then you can do that. You don't have to do as many squares. Or if you're feeling kind of motivated, got a good movie or a movie series or a TV show you want to watch, then you can make like a giant blanket for like a queen or a king size bed. This last blanket kind of is similar to the other chunky blanket that I was talking about before, but we have more of the color changing and the patterns, like the stripes and the hearts. So next we're going to be talking about some clothing items, my personal favorite. So here first we have this mesh sweater with a heart on the front. Super cute. If you guys don't know, you could probably look up like any kind of pixel art on Pinterest and you could crochet it. I feel like this would be really nice for the spring because it's kind of that weather where it's still a little bit chilly, but it's not like scorching hot. And you can do any design you want. There's really no limit to this like pixel method. You could do a bow, you could do animals, you could do letters, do like I heart you or will you be my Valentine. Okay, next I have this love letter tube top. This is so adorable. Why have I never seen this before? To me, this doesn't feel too like intricate, so I feel like it's a really good basic to have if you want to layer it with a red cardigan or a white cardigan. It would be super cute. Next up we have these like fingerless heart gloves. Like I said before, it is cold. It's freezing. If we want to keep our loved ones and ourselves warm, I think this would be a nice gift. I definitely think that a beginner could do this. It would probably just take a little bit longer. I think y'all already know what I'm gonna say, but I think a matching scarf and hat would be really adorable with this. To me, that's a gift right there, and it's pretty much free, quote unquote, because the yarn obviously costs. But if you have like leftover yarn or scrap yarn from another project and you make this, you don't really have to spend anything. And I've said this in previous videos too, but thrifting yarn is also an option. It's way cheaper. A lot of the times I go to thrift stores and they have giant bags of just like different colored yarns for like 50 cents. The last thing we have in this category is this heart dress. I definitely will be putting credit on screen of the maker of this dress. Absolutely genius, adorable, love it so much. This gives like teacher vibes, like preschool teacher. I feel like your kids would love this, and there's something so satisfying about working so hard on a crochet project and then wearing it out and then people compliment it and you're like, yeah, like I like made it. I love that feeling. So if you want to feel that too, make this dress, and credit again to the creator. I love it so much. You did an amazing job. All right, people, last category. First up is this heart cardigan. I'm obsessed with cardigans till the day I die. I think they're so nice. If the weather's like cold enough for something on your arms, but not so cold that you don't need like a puffer jacket, cardigan's the way to go. And especially yarn can get really hot. So if you're worried about being cold with a cardigan on, don't even worry about it. Next up, we have this red kind of like baby doll top, I guess you would call it. It's kind of tighter fitting at the top, and then it goes down to this like ruffly bottom. Now, I don't know what I would classify myself as. I'm kind of in the middle of intermediate and advanced, but for some reason, tops are so hard for me because it's hard to get like the perfect fit, or like at least the fit that you want. Another idea that I'm throwing out there, you don't have to use this, but I think it would be cute. Kind of at the top neckline here, you could use a white yarn and do like the little trim, the little ruffle trim. Last but not least, in the clothing category, we have these heart pants. These granny squares are the exact same from the blanket that we talked about before, but instead of stitching it together as a blanket, you would just be stitching it as pants. I made a pair of pants a couple of years ago, and it was hard. Then I was definitely a beginner. I think that was like my second project that I ever made. Okay, so these last two projects are kind of like random objects, but I figured I would include them in this video because they are so cute. First up, we have these heart tulips. I've also made crochet flowers once in the past. It was for a gift for my friend, and they're really simple to make, honestly, but again, it's just time consuming, and then also having to use your crochet needle to make all of the hearts. It would definitely take a while. Our last item for this video are these little stuffed bunnies. These are so cute. In my opinion, crochet animals are the hardest thing to do because of all of the elements, the arms, the legs, the tails, the ears. It's just a lot to account for. I will say the easiest is probably like a bumblebee, if you've seen those little... I'll put a picture up as an example, but those to me look like they're the easiest. All right, guys, that is gonna be it for today's video. It was kind of a short one, but again, I am kind of busy right now, but I still wanted to get something out for you guys because we're kind of in that season, the season of love. So if you liked these ideas and want to make them, I definitely encourage you to do so. If you do make any of these, I wish you the best of luck, and I really hope that if you make it for somebody that they love it. I'm sure they will. Make sure to like this video if you of course liked it, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you guys in my next upload. Yes, period.